Here we have the Lenovo IdeaPad 5. This is basically Lenovo's answer to the Inspiron 5000 series. It's their kind of middle of the entry-level machines type deal. Well, today what we want to find out is compared to, like, let's say a Dell, or for that matter compared to the Lenovo IdeaPad 3, if this thing is any good, if it's worth the $800 price tag, and if you should get one yourself. Let me run down the specs really quick because that is basically what you're paying for. You've got a 4700U processor, which is efficient, fast, it's good. You've got 16 gigs of RAM, and then you've got a 512 gigabyte NVMe solid state drive, which is professionally upgradable. Basically, you gotta crack the bottom open and then you can replace it with a bigger, larger NVMe solid state drive if you want. It also has a 15.6 inch screen, and no, it is not touchable, which, you know, I love, but some people may not. But the thing is I don't love the screen really at all. It is 15.6 inch and it's full high definition, but this is effectively the same display that they were using in the IdeaPad 3, maybe just slightly calibrated a little bit better. It is matte, which I really like, but color-wise, it kind of favors pink a little bit. I'm not sure why, like color temperature is just kind of on the pinker-ish side. The viewing angle on it is very subpar. By all accounts, I would say that maybe this LCD is like on a rating scale, probably like a 5 out of 10. It is basically the most disappointing part of this laptop. But if you can get past the display, the rest of it is actually not so bad. You do have this nice webcam right here at the top, and it's got a little dual microphone array. And here's what the webcam footage looks like now. This is the video quality you can expect out of a Lenovo IdeaPad 5. Meh. And another nice little thing is it's got this little privacy shutter at the top, so you know you can walk around naked in front of your camera and nobody can see you. No peeping toms in your bedroom. Keyboard and trackpad on this thing are like, it's got a backlit keyboard, and the keyboard is fairly precise. It's kind of like soft yet supple to type on at the same time, and kind of just, it feels good in the fingers. But Lenovo has this weird like rounded key thing that they do, and I'm not really sure if that's what throws off my typing, but I can only get probably about like 95 words per minute on this thing, which, you know, is okay, but I don't know, it just doesn't, I don't feel quite at home on this keyboard like I do with the Apple or the Dell keyboards. But that said, it's to each their own. Somebody else might have a good experience with it. Trackpad on this thing is also pretty decent. It's like a fairly good size. It's like bigger than average, but not as big as some of the ones that Dell's putting on their Inspiron 5000 series, or of course the MacBooks. But it is multi-gesture, doesn't ghost too bad. I would say keyboard and trackpad are probably about a 7 out of 10 on terms of a rating scale. Performance-wise, though, this thing kicks butt. It is very, very fast. Everything is very snappy. Benchmark-wise, if you run a user benchmark on this thing, it's gonna tell you that it is effectively a this is an everyday working man's computer, right? It's like something that when you want to like compute, that's what you use this for. It's good for like Word documents, PowerPoints, Outlook, having thousands of Chrome and Firefox tabs open, and with that 16 gigs of RAM, that won't be a problem at all. You could do some very light gaming on this thing with like Roblox, Minecraft, that sort of thing. You could also, Fortnite, you're not gonna wanna play like Grand Theft Auto or RDR2 on like max settings. It's not a AAA title gaming laptop. It is good for CAD design, and it's got storage enough for it as well. That 4700U processor is really gonna churn out technical things, so even though it's not gonna be able to like render like a bat out of hell, it is gonna do a fairly good job working in CAD programs. As far as video editing is concerned, I wouldn't recommend editing like 4K RAW, but you can definitely do a little bit of video editing. It'd be great for like audio processing if you had like a little mobile audio studio, or you were just using this thing in your home studio, something like that. It'd be perfect for that. And the I/O is really great for it too. I'll get into that in a little bit as well. And yeah, I don't know, that's what I think it's for like business people. This is kind of like, if like you don't want to spend the money for a ThinkPad, then this is like perfect for you. The IdeaPad 5 is like the cheap man's ThinkPad, I guess, is like, I didn't know a more delicate way to put that. But anyway, I digress. Speaker quality on this thing is okay. Also probably about a 7 out of 10. It is, it says like Dolby mastered audio and stuff on there, which, you know, that never means a fucking thing, but the speakers are good. They get loud enough and they'd be fine for like watching a movie with like some friends, listening to a podcast. But obviously if you're an audiophile, or you need any kind of like real precise audio quality, you're gonna want a set of headphones for this Lenovo IdeaPad 5. Build quality on it, good, nice firm plastics. I think that they're using a better quality plastic than they are on the IdeaPad 3s. By all accounts, I would say that it is good. It could probably take a beating. I don't feel like it's quite as well built as the Dell Inspiron 15, but it's good. It's thick. It feels good in the hand. It'll take a beating. This is another cool thing. It's like that thing is pretty flat, which I think is nice. Viewing angles. Dell never really does a great job with that unless it's their 2-in-1s. This is like it gets nice and flat. It's not as flat as the notebook, but it's still pretty flat. Input and output on this thing. We got a big old SD card reader, the normal one, the one that everybody wants. You got 2 USB super speed ports. One of them you can even charge the laptop on. Then on this side, you've got where you plug in your headphones, so you can listen to that like new Taylor Swift album in 24-bit high fidelity. HDMI regular size. Nice little addition if you're like wanting to plug this thing up to a projector for like a work presentation. USB-C, which is why this thing is probably great for like music production, and I'll get back into that in a second. And of course, where you plug it in. Because like every laptop we review on this channel, it doesn't run on solar energy. But the USB-C port is a nice touch. That'll allow you to put in like, microphones and a switch and some other kind of cool devices so you can do your music processing on there. And I think all in all, this is like, if you were recording like a podcast with friends, this laptop would be great for that, because like you can whip open that music editing software, pop a few microphones on this thing, and just have this kind of like sitting in a little studio, and I don't know, it'd be good for that. I don't know why I'm not in love with this laptop. I think it's the price. I'm sure why though. It's no different than a Dell in terms of price, really, for that, especially for that configuration and build. I guess I just kind of wish Lenovo did something a little more, made it a little more special. There's nothing stand out about this laptop. It's a good laptop. It's not a great laptop. It's a good laptop. I don't know. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see here. What else? What's some other cool things? Feature-wise, it has Bluetooth in it. It's got 802.11. It's got Wi-Fi 6. 802.11a's. I'm used to saying that. It's got Wi-Fi 6 in it. It's got Wi-Fi 6 in it, buddy. You got Bluetooth. You got a backlit keyboard, which is nice if you are working in the dark. It has a full-size numpad on the right side. Great for accountants and data entry. It's another set of people that would be good for accountants because of the little numpad. It's good for you little IRS people. It doesn't have a Windows Hello compatible camera, but it does have a Windows Hello compatible fingerprint scanner baked right into the power button. Kind of a nice little touch. Apple does that sort of thing where it's like the power button's your finger button. So anyway, that was cool. Nice little touch. Another little notable thing, Lenovo did a pretty good job about not like putting a whole bunch of toxic garbage adware on this laptop. It does ship with a severely outdated image of Windows. It's running like Windows 10 2002, which is like basically like 3 years old at this point. And now, of course, you have Windows 11. It is Windows 7. Hello, 7. Jesus Christ, it's Windows 11 compatible for free. So you can upgrade to Windows 11 with no issues. It's very user serviceable. All the little plastic bits kind of come apart. And then, of course, on the bottom, you can whip that off, install new solid state drive in there, RAM or something like that if you wanted to. This one's maxed out at 16 gigs. And battery life. It's weird. We were, in our practical tests, I think that you can probably get around maybe like the 7-ish hour mark. If we slide the little mouse cursor down here right now, when we started recording this, we had about a full battery. It's telling us it's got about 11 hours and 10 minutes. But ironically, during some of our tests, we'd get into the tall weeds where it was only like kicking back about 3 to 4 hours. So I think once this thing, when you're using it, and again, just general use, if you're like traveling in an airport, you're a student on the go, I would account for maybe like 7 to 8 hours. Don't expect like all day battery life, but you can probably knock out your course load and some other things with it if you are a student. So, and again, it's got the USB charging capability, so that's not too bad either. That's Lenovo. That is the Lenovo IdeaPad 5. That's, I would have no problem recommending it. I think for what you get a lot of. I just wish they put a better display in it. I don't know why Lenovo can't put a better display in their laptops. Honestly, if it had a better display in there, I think that I'd be much more prone to being like, you know, yes, get this laptop. It's very, very good. It'd probably even be better than the Dell Inspiron in some ways. But I don't know, Dell. I'm not trying to be like a Dell fanboy. I just think that they put a little extra spin on some things, and I just sort of like the Inspiron 5000 a little bit better than I like this IdeaPad 5, but I can see myself being very, very happy with this if I had it. Just go and fucking buy one already. But make sure you click on the link in YouTube if you do. Anyway, yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us in the comment section. Please like and subscribe, and we will be back with another review video soon.